Welcome to Dimension 119, a dimension where anything can happen. Prepare for the strange and unexpected. Enjoy today's episode.
What's going on, everybody? It is Nathan with Dimension 119, and we're back at it again for more Curse of Strahd. And as you can see our faces. No, you can't, because I'm dumb still. Now you can see our faces. And hear Derek's massive echo. Alright, so we're going to try this out. We're trying a few new things, kind of as we were for our Lesser Ring stream last week. Just kind of getting the feel of things, trying things out, and seeing what happens. And that being said, that's why we're starting almost 40 minutes late, because we're having tech issues, or more realistically, I'm having tech issues. So I will save any more of the asinine intro. I've got a few more things that I need to set up. And whilst I'm doing that, Ray is going to give a recap.
Awesome. So yes, you wake up the next morning, and what's the plan?
Well, is Raging going to come in?
Yes, Kevin, explain how Rajin shows up this time.
The dagger being carried by Syraxis. Again, I imagine Syraxis is getting a sense of it before it happens, as it starts to spark and gather lightning energy, and he can certainly feel the coming of his master. So, what does Syraxis do? Nathan, you're muted, by the way. No, Nathan's dead.
Nathan died. It's fine.
He literally died.
The lightning power was far too strong for him.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Shitty internet, so that's my issue.
Sure.
I can't run. I got a little MacBook, little $200 laptop right now, and it's not like in Discord and all this stuff.
We're not using Discord.
Yes. That's besides the point here. That's besides the point here. So I would get the sense that Rajan is coming back. That Rajan is coming back. He would make sure that at whatever time this happened, whether it's during the rest, whether it's during the rest or afterwards, he'd open area, and just.
Oh, we were all echoing.
Nathan, are you listening to the stream on Twitch at the moment?
It is muted.
Kevin, are you the only one not wearing headphones?
I mean,
What did I do?
I've closed Twitch, although that was muted as well, so I had no sound. So I've closed Twitch. Everything okay now?
It actually does sound a little better.
Yo.
Hello.
Still dead.
Hello. Still dead. Give me a second. Am I still playing twice? Or am I still playing twice? Or am I still the same way? Still hear me? Yeah. In the same way? Yeah.
No, not at all. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not
Here,
sure.
I'm gonna mute myself and check stream.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Give me a second to look. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm not sure what I can do on my end to help out with that. Oh, I can hear it through your. Through when on your screen there. On your. I'm hearing it from someone's screen audio. There. I'm hearing it from someone's audio. I can exit. Chat room and re-enter. See if that helps.
Yeah, try that. Okay, I should have mine working now.
I'm trying. Button's not working.
see, let me try something here.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Is it better now?
Yeah, you're
Eight.
so far you're not playing twice.
Oh, right. Good thing.
There goes.
No, stop. You still have an issue?
Yeah, it's getting worse the more you talk to.
God damn it, Nathan.
Is it just me that has the
Nathan
issue?
broke it.
It's
Is it
literally
just me that has the issue?
it's literally just you, and it's not not just an echo. It's like you finish the sentence and that sentence plays again. And there's not
Who wouldn't want to hear Nate cry twice?
Yeah.
your cams aren't showing audio sources, so it's not. I don't think it's that.
I'll just do an audio check to see if I'm doing it too.
My
Is
camera
that talk?
Nope, just Nate.
Ha, get wrecked.
Get. Yeah, the plan is French. Get fucked.
So you're saying that the camera? So you're saying that the camera isn't sending you audio signals? It's just sending you audio signals. It's just my. But that earbud is.
I mean,
picking up two separate voices.
Something might
Picking
be.
up two separate voices.
Something's sending it twice.
Let me. Can you hear me now?
This is nuts, man.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. I
Still that bad?
I could hear myself repeating for a second.
Look at Kevin just ranting about nothing.
Probably to his roommate, yeah.
Okay.
I blame Kai. It's all Kai's fault.
I'm not really sure what to do except for I can throw another scene together really quick and just add voices, and we can just do voices and nix the cams for now till we figure out what's going on. But short of that, I don't really know what else to do because I don't have multiple audio sources for you guys, so that's.
Could you try to run it through Discord?
I mean, we can.
Like that.
Just gonna,
Hope that works.
it'll just take me 20 years to set everything up while y'all are.
No.
After all the bullshit I went through just to get this to work?
Okay,
Hey,
chat,
Tyler, did you make sure to copy and paste the password?
chat doesn't know this. We spent 20 minutes
Oh my god.
to copy and paste the password.
Dude, I copy and pasted it every time you people send it to me. I don't want to hear your nonsense. It's terrible.
So,
I literally restarted my phone and then wanted to drop it down the stairs to see if that would help because I was just having that kind of day. I was like, you know what? If the password won't work, maybe if I tell the phone very bad things and throw it down the stairwell, it'll listen. But then it worked, and now I'm here.
Okay. One second. Please hold. Let me try one last thing. If this doesn't work, then
I want to know what your dog is staring at.
I don't know what she's staring at.
Let's do that.
So, as funny as it may seem,
Nate, are you there?
no, but I think the wall is.
Yes.
Yes.
I am here. What's up?
Just give it a second to see if you repeat yourself.
Put a light on in your room. No wonder you have to wear glasses.
Say what?
Put a light on in your room. That's why you have to wear
It's
glasses.
kind of like a yellowish light. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not the dungeon master. He's just living in a dungeon.
Hell yeah.
Nate, can you talk for like 5 minutes straight?
Probably not. I don't have that much to say overall, but this would be a test of my talking improv capabilities, and it is safe to say that I possibly may be failing at the moment.
Well, I think it's fixed, so
Well, sweet.
we might be able
Steve,
to
we have to talk for 5 minutes.
recover from this train wreck.
Don't put this in
Hey,
the
All right. I guess go for it. We'll see what happens because I think it's fixed. Except now I can hear myself through somebody's audio, but other than that,
Is it Tyler?
other than that, at least it's not Nate's not saying the same thing 5 or 6 times.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
Syraxis, he senses raging.
Oh my
on his
God.
way back.
yeah, it's kind of like his happy alarm clock. So he wakes up out of his rest and he rushes over, probably maybe over by the goats, but not in the goat pen. So he has some room in case Raiden wants to jump out every which way. He's prepared for it. He presents the dagger and pop out Raijin like a Pokemon's coming out of the Pokeball. Just comes on out.
Was he holding it like a teddy bear while he was sleeping?
Yes, but not because it gives him comfort, but because he is.
He doesn't trust
because he
Soul.
wants to protect it. Yeah, and he doesn't trust Soul.
We bonded, you fuck.
Yeah, so the lightning starts to almost erupt from the blade, building and building and building until it condenses enough to form the familiar claw holding the grip of the dagger, and then that spreads, forming an arm, the chest, the head, the leg, until Raging's form in lightning form effectively is standing there. And then the lightning materializes into Raging itself, and good. And he'll just give Thraxis a pat on the head. Not so much a pat, but he'll rest his hand on his head and kind of scruff it just a little bit. Where are the others?
We took shelter in this this abandoned mansion. It was the Baron or something, a Burgermeister, I think it is. But we stayed here for the night. We're still in the same town that we left from.
Sorry, chat got me.
Oh man, I'm missing chat.
I need a haircut.
Is the business with a witch finished?
The witch is hung out to dry at her hut, and the gentlemen they were having tied up and questioning before you left. They
they lost him. He turned into a cloud of mist and flew away. But my wyvern is after him now, and we should be hearing back soon with some type of information.
Good work again. You are learning and progressing well.
Also, we did burn the witch, by the way. If that's an important detail that was not mentioned.
Oh yeah,
Come,
you did.
take me to them then.
And he absolutely would bow his head and lead Rajan to the rest of them.
And they're all in the same vicinity since you kind of slept all in the same spot.
Yeah, I mean, more or less, he'd show them the place and whoever we saw who was competent enough. So, like, probably maybe Ragnar or what was it? I name.
You can do it.
What a name's characters? Iris.
Yes.
Yes, there we go. I knew that one. He'd probably take him to like Iris or Orden.
I'll say Orden's probably talking to Iris, and he looks over, and when he sees Raven, he kind of gives him a half smile, like not nearly as energetic as he's previously seen around Raven, and kind of just ducks his head a little bit. Like, clearly not as excited to see him as he has been. Nathan, you look like you're going to explode. What's wrong?
Expecting a scolding.
Exactly, yes.
Rajan walks back into the midst of the group and will say, "It seems that your brother has fled once more."
And he's ignoring you.
I think something broke because he was making a face like he was going to explode.
I'm not ignoring you. But can you say that again?
Yeah, exactly.
It seems that your brother has escaped your grasp again.
Are you talking to Iris or Ragnar?
Yes.
Is one awake, or are they both sitting next to each other?
This is after I rest, right?
Yes.
Whoever's sitting talking with Orden.
Who would you have been talking to, Orden?
Iris.
Iris looks like probably a lot different than what you're used to seeing her look. She's almost got this crazy look in her eye, like maybe she's seen some shit. Like, she's normally kind of pleasant looking, kind of almost matronly, I guess, but like as she kind of snaps her head up at you, she's got kind of this fire in her eyes. And she'll say, "We actually killed him, dearie, but I brought him back. We needed to talk to him. I brought him back to life, and then he escaped. Couldn't kill the mist."
Then we must find a way. Do you know where he escaped to?
And Iris will just simply look towards Caraxus, seeing as how he sent his familiar that direction.
I'm assuming at this point we haven't heard from the wyvern, Derek.
Oh no, you did. I described where you went.
Oh, okay,
Pretty much,
so that was all.
Yeah, he went south. Yeah, into a mountain cavern.
So when the wyvern comes in, Straxus would kind of his eyes would start glowing at the same color as the wyvern, and he would be communicating telepathically with them. And he relays the information to the party, mostly.
Do we lose Nate?
Yep, we lost him. He's gone.
Womp womp
But and
womp.
then he dies.
Very well. So our courses are set. A decision is to be made.
Look,
The
Rajin,
dragon's house, or to follow your brother, Miss Iris.
we can't follow him. Rictavio said specifically, I guess Van Richten now, but he said not to go there until we're 100% ready. Whatever's waiting for us there, it's going to be much more deadly than just Erston.
Hey, he's still alive.
Raging looks at you, Auden, and he has that sigh and the lowering of his eyes. He's like, Miss Iris, what do you say?
Rude. That's me, not Orden.
It seems like the two of you have been itching to go meet this dragon for a wee bit now. I've got no desire to get myself killed just yet, but we do need to take care of Erston as well. Do we know if that's the direction that he disappeared into? Do we know if that's the direction he disappeared into?
Nathan?
Gotcha. I caught like the tail end of that.
Just
So
Iris is they're asking
Yeah.
about the brothers and stuff, and Iris is wondering if that's the direction that Erston went.
Is that the direction, Derek? Did we figure that out? It's the same place as the dragon. That's the question.
No, it's not the same place.
No. This. Well, would Syraxis even know where the dragon is?
No.
Is he around for that? Yeah.
Well, maybe he might, since you've been tailing in with the party. Yeah.
Sure. He would say in a not so confident way that he doesn't think that that's the Did I goof up for you again?
I heard that he's not so confident that that's the direction, and then you cut out for me.
Very well. So it is down to you, Auden.
He definitely looks a little bit uncomfortable being asked where to go. I mean, we don't really know where the gym's gone to. All that we got out of him is that it's far from here. So I don't think staying here is going to be very smart. I think maybe we could find something if we did go to this House of the Dragon.
Then we are in agreement. We seek what is there, be it knowledge or power.
Iris is kind of like almost gives like a head twitch, and is like, if we're going to face the dragon, let's get on with it.
Are we going to be fighting this dragon, Rajin?
It is not known. It is just that there was once a dragon in these lands. He built a house as such and had followers. His essence still lingers, but it is not known if it is still here or if his followers are still here or not.
What was his stance on Strahd? Do you think he could be a pretty useful ally?
Raging shakes his head. My master did not know these things, just that the essence was here.
And your master suggests that this would be helpful for us, right? It's not just chasing a loose end.
It is. I do not know if it would be helpful or not. He does not say. His influence in these lands are tedious, stretched. However, if there is a powerful essence here, then there may be other powerful things also. You also wish to see and investigate the dragon, correct?
Well, of course. You and Syraxis are the only draconic creatures I've ever met. I don't know, seeing this, it might give me a little bit more insight into what I'm supposed to be.
Then if we are ready, let us make haste. Do not lose the daylight.
Let's get going
Okay.
then.
So the plan is to head to Argenvistholt from here.
Yep, it's if everyone is in agreement to that.
I think everyone except Derek, who is just rubbing his hands maniacally at this point. Like that. So you could do that now that we have cams.
Okie dokie then. You start, everybody gets in your marching order and you start heading back up the, I'll just put a random player. It can be Syraxis. Heading, whoops. Why is he not on the right layer? The token layer, there we go. You guys start heading north, back up the path towards civilization.
Wait, where are you guys?
You were over near the wood.
Oh, there we go.
How'd you get all the way over at the winery?
I don't know. I was just staring at my token and finally it clicked. I was like, wait a minute, we're not there.
I was like, wait, he said Caraxus, not Orden.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused.
You know what? Go die.
I haven't even done anything, man.
Not you, Nathan.
Okay, that's fair.
So yes, you start heading north up the road, or what used to be the road leading away from Berez, back up towards the pass over there, the crossroads. You get about halfway up, and you start seeing a horse-drawn carriage coming your way, just like before the last time you left Berez, when Erskine showed up with Iris. There's another horse-drawn carriage coming towards you from the north.
We must be on our guards.
I'll go ahead and pull out the sun sword just to be safe.
Yeah, Iris and Ragnar both are readying weapons after the last few days that we've had. Ragnar readies the warhammer that Iris gave him, and Iris readies her blood spear.
Soul's gonna continue doing exactly what she's doing, showing no aggression, probably staring at her own reflection in the grass if she's gonna make it, and collecting her thoughts.
Perpetually cleaning her nails.
Syraxis would probably line up closer in between Sol and Ragin, because he's very curious about the magic aspect of kind of his tool belt here, and he'd like to get as much awareness about that kind of stuff as possible. So he'll be somewhere in between them.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay pretty close to Ragnar and Iris.
Are you gonna try to hide? Because the horse-drawn carriage is coming directly south. You have seen no signs of anybody noticing you currently, but it is quickly approaching.
Is it? Do we see a driver?
No, it is just 2 draft horses with a covered carriage.
And so it's just literally this might be someone just in the carriage itself.
Yes.
Okay. Then Raging has no reason to hide. I guess Raging would stride out in front of the rest then.
Derek, before
yeah.
Ragin takes off, is this the same carriage that we saw before?
It's
yeah, the one we carriage surfed on.
Oh, way back.
Yeah.
I mean, Iris wouldn't know, but Ragnar would recognize it if it is, or if it's similar.
It's similar. It's not the exact same, since there are many carriages in Barovia, but it's 2 black draft horses with a horse-drawn carriage.
Can I use my divine sense to see if I can sense anything coming? Never mind, that's within 60 feet. That's not going to help.
Yeah, so I think Raging strides out in front of the group, plants his feet apart with the great sword blade down into the ground, just holding it in front of him, just waiting for it to reach them.
Okay.
Can I ready an action, Derek?
Sure. Well, what do you want to ready?
So seeing everything that's going on, if things do get aggressive, Sirexis would like to intentionally look for someone who may not have a lot of armor and shoot them. Be the squishiest opponent AC wise and ready a bow attack for them.
Okay.
If it comes to blows, that is.
The horse-drawn carriage gets about how far away is this?
I mean, the horse-drawn carriage won't come any closer if we just shoot the horses.
It gets within 65 feet of you, and the horses come to a slow stop, and you wait a couple minutes, and there's no movement coming from the carriage, but it's. Would you like to do anything? Because the horses have just stopped in front of you.
Can they step forward 5 more feet so I can use divine sense on them?
Divine sense on some horses. Okay.
Well, not the horses, on what's behind them.
Hey, Ray, you could step forward 5 feet.
I know, but that'll look suspicious.
Horses are 5 more feet.
And just leans forward intentfully staring, just like, I'm not trying to be creepy.
Yeah, exactly. I will go ahead and use divine sense to see if I can sense if there is a celestial fiend or undead.
I mean, what's creepy about the Dragonborn stepping forward and, you know, raising its a taloned hand towards the.
I just sniff the air and I can like smell whether something bad's there or not.
Sure.
That's got black
there are
riding
no
vibes.
celestial fiends or undead in the carriage.
It's because it's empty. It wants us to get into it.
Sirexis would also like to smell. He doesn't get anything though. just
glad I
thinks
could
it's cool.
inspire
It's a
this.
good idea. If he was able to do that, that's what he thinks he would have done.
Is Ragin sniffing too?
Raging is looking side to side, wondering why people are sniffing.
Hey.
and then, like as he's standing there like this, he kind of does that sneakily.
These are your dragons, Ragin.
Yeah.
On the head.
I think. Does anything happen other than they stop, Derek?
They stop and you do your couple little senses and you look at each other, wondering why this random horse carriage has come towards you and has stopped right in front of you. I heard an echo from myself. That was weird.
If nobody gets out, or excuse me, nothing else happens, then Raging will kind of just look slightly side to side at his companions, and then start walking cautiously forward.
Okay.
You'd
get about right where you are now, and the door of the carriage would swing open hastily, and you would notice wrong overlay. You would notice bring him here. A man step out of the carriage and start walking out, and he would walk in front of the horses. The master requested your presence 2 days ago, and you have yet to arrive and meet him. What excuses do you have to be so rude and unhospitable?
So I need to address salted pasta in the chat with this question to Derek. Is this the guy that Iris poured the potion that we suspected would kill us down his throat? Is this the same messenger?
No. Nope, different guy.
Okay. We tried to kill that one, salted pasta. It didn't work.
We tried to kill him. You gave him a drink.
Well, we kind of thought the drink would kill us, so.
And then you kind of roughed him up a little bit, so yeah, you beat him up.
Raging would say,
and you would see here. Let me get a picture of him, because he's not a man.
He's a
Sorry, guys, you don't know. You don't even know.
Ignore I'm posting it in the Discord, but ignore the name because I can't black out the name. So there you go. There's a picture of him.
I guess Raging would step forward,
and you would see that he is is he a dusk elf? Yeah, he is a dusk elf, much like the elves that you have met before at the Vistani camp outside of Valaki.
Yeah, Raging, I think, would step forward again, if my token, and say, I serve but one master, and only come at his beckoning. What is it that your master wishes?
Was Ragin with us when he wasn't, right?
I don't think so, no. No. My master sent a messenger with an invitation to Castle Ravenloft for a little get together. He wished to talk with them, but they so rudely went off and roughed up the messenger and never showed up. This is why
your master is
the one and only Strahd, of course, the one true lord over Barovia,
the tyrant of Barovia. He who attacked our party, yes, at the tree.
He was just testing you. You see, You are all brought here as a test. He loves he loves having a party to challenge him, so to speak.
I think Raging turns and looks at Auden, because Auden was the one that was getting dragged off to be eaten or sucked dry when that first time that he encountered Strahd.
Orden has the sun sword pointed at this man, and that really furious look he had during the battle with Erston is just back on his face. I thought we had made it clear when we burned the letter that we weren't interested in whatever Strahd's up to. You can tell him that.
Ah, if that is what you wish, I will return to Castle Ravenloft with this most unfortunate news. But
Can I shoot him now?
you can if you want to, but he's going to keep talking until you do so. Because he hasn't shown any hostility towards you yet, so you can, but he would continue. But that might not be in, I guess you would call him your friend's best interest.
What are you talking about? And he's going to step up, like, in front of Rajin.
The second you step into the... Oh, give me 1 second. The second you step in within 10 feet of him, let's see where it shows the aura for me, but not for you, I assume. That is correct. Aura 1C. Okay, there you go. I hope that shows it right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get within 10 feet of him, Orden, and you hear the voices, thousands and thousands of screams just start echoing in your head, like of various people, men, women, children, just thousands of screams, crying out in terror and pain.
Does this do anything to me physically?
Not physically. It doesn't actually. Yeah. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Hey, Derek.
Yo.
If I notice that Orden is being injured,
you shoot him.
by this effect, I feel like
you shoot his ass.
I would do my best to stop whatever's going on, and I might preemptively, and maybe it might even be out of just straight fear on what the fuck's going on, but he's going to shoot, and I rolled in the chat there.
Yeah, I saw. So we'll get this.
That is an 11.
You failed.
Yeah, Orden, just a look of...
Is that with your charisma modifier as well?
Oh, no, you're right. I forgot about that. Hold on. That's +4, right? Yes, it is. So that's actually going to be a 15.
That's still a fail.
Cool. Thanks. This look of just utter horror crosses Orden's face, and without thinking about it, he just grabs his ears and crumples to the ground.
And you take 15 points of psychic damage.
Okay. But he will put his hand out to try to signal everyone not to do anything. And can I do anything? Like, can I stand up and talk?
You can still move and talk, but does Caraxis pay attention to Orden show his hand not to do anything, or do you shoot anyway?
Give me 1 second.
You said 15 points, right?
Yes.
Iris is going to
Lots of shoots.
brandish this spear and start to sprint forward, and Ragnar's going to try to grab the back of her armor and stop her.
Him. Oh, Ragnar's going to try to grab the back of Iris. Gotcha.
Derek, I know how to talk about my characters, bud.
Just not
I
about
don't
me.
Just
know.
not Orden.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought you were talking about you were trying to grab Ray. I'm like, no, it's a him.
Ragnar misses, so Iris will go sprinting forward, and I mean, she would run all the way up, but I don't know if you want to how you want to handle that, so I won't do that yet.
Well,
That's up to you.
Does he see that my hand's out?
Iris has this look in her eye that you guys haven't seen before, and she's paying no attention to you putting your hand out. She just sees you kind of crumple to the ground and lets out a bit of a shrill scream and starts to run forward with this spear held high.
Does Caraxes still shoot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he still sends the arrow downhill there. So that is a
19 to hit for 7 damage. Okay, doesn't have any resistances. That's all.
That's it.
He would see Orden crumpled to the ground, hands over his ears, and Caraxes would shoot him. You'd hit him. You don't see him really flinch all that much. This Dusk Elf has seen quite a few battles throughout his years, and he would step back out of the range of Orden and would say to the group, I don't mean any harm. I do come in figurative peace. I was ordered not to fight. Just peace. I was ordered to request your presence again at to Castle Ravenloft. And back to what I said before your friend here charged in and before your other friend over there shot me with an arrow, it will be in your friend's best interest that you leave me unharmed and you come to Castle Ravenloft.
What friend is it you're talking about? You have to tell us, or else we're not going anywhere.
What friend of yours is unaccounted for? I ask.
Derek, you can't ask that because that's not fair. There's so many.
It's got. I'm me as the DM is completely negating and forgetting about the rogue elf, half elf that was in the party before. He's no longer here, so he doesn't exist.
What about
So
Oodles?
ignore him.
Is he a friend?
He technically doesn't exist yet because he hasn't shown up.
Orden just kind of looks at him pleadingly.
So it would be Derek, who you left back at the Abbey, or Korast, who disappeared as well at one point.
Are you still on the ground, Orden?
He's trying to get himself up.
Would you try to stop Iris if she charged past? Because
yes, absolutely.
She's kind of like full bore after this guy at this point.
So Orden's trying to get up, and he sees Iris trying to run off, and he just grabs her by the waist and pulls her back. He does not want anyone to hurt him before he can get his answers. Is he a half elf or half orc?
He definitely one that was priding over dental work.
And Orden just looks shocked, and he turns back to Ragnar. Ragnar, we have to go. We have to help him.
Do you shoot or do you do your attack, Tyler? Since I saw you roll 20. Oh, he's not even here.
I'm all for going as long as we can get my sister here to calm down. I may have to have a bit of a sit down with her before we do anything. It's not quite like her.
Orden's gonna look up at her. Iris, please. Chorus, besides you, Chorus is the best friend I've made here. I can't lose him.
I saw him hurt you, dearie. I can't let him hurt you.
I'm fine. I get hurt all the time. I'm fine.
Not anymore. I can't let him take you down again. I can't watch it. Can't watch it again. I can't lose somebody else.
You're not losing me. I'm fine.
Ragnar's gonna kind of like grab Iris by the shoulders and kind of turn her and go a little bit back and just kind of hold her here and just kind of be whispering in her ear like, don't worry, if things get bad, we'll be the first ones up there. Don't you worry yourself about that. We won't let anything happen to Orden, or any of the others for that matter.
Hey, Derek.
Yo.
I would like to. So I've been kind of creeping up on this this carriage here on Roll20. I don't know if you noticed. I'd like to look inside of the carriage.
Are you like trying to be stealthy?
Yeah, I can be stealthy.
Roll.
I'd sure like to be
stealth.
stealthy.
I'm getting that on a t-shirt. I'd sure like to be stealthy.
Yeah, let me get the character sheet back up here because I keep closing it out to.
It's gotta have the Skyrim box though, and be like a really low number.
Hey, Nathan, if you let's just say if you can't get more than a 24, don't even bother. Oh shit, you did
28. Oh my god. Jeez.
You stealthy. You a stealthy little boy.
You stole the other rogue's dice.
That's right. Yeah, so I think
normal that you don't even notice him.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
I just want to look into the carriage.
Okay, you get up. You can move your character up closer to the carriage then, because you're stealthy as fuck.
Yeah, no one knows I'm here.
You get up to the carriage. You look inside, and it other than him, it was empty. He is alone.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think Raging would step the other side of Odin then, and seeing that Odin is he's not looking to attack, he will follow Odin's lead on this, because Odin knows something about this person or whatever. So Raging's not gonna just go out and start attacking. He's just gonna say, "Your master, he tests us like this is a game."
A game, you can call it that if that's how you see it. My master, much like myself, pride ourselves in our abilities to squash those who think they can escape Barovia. We enjoy destroying people's will and motivations. And you see just a smile on his face. Nothing would make me happier than to kill all of you right here, right now. But
and you think you can do that, little man? As Raging will puff himself up as much as possible.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. Rachel, please.
And you'll hear scrambling feet behind you, and maybe someone turns thinking Ragnar's like trying to run up here, but it's Iris, and Ragnar's holding her back.
This Dusk Elf would respond with to Eurasian. Yes, I think I could. You saw, even without even trying, your friend here fell to his knees in what I have been told is utter agony. But I
Saul
am
would call out from the background saying, "Can I shoot him yet?" She's just gonna call out at this point. She just really doesn't care for this guy. She's not falling for his ploy and doesn't really care. He's like a scrawny, like JPEG kind of, like a very like 64-bit style JPEG is kind of how intimidated she is by this guy.
I am not him. I am not. My will not be destroyed by any. None. No dragon will bow to you or your master.
that.
And again, Rajan's not making an attempt to be aggressive yet.
It's like you kind of. It's like I can't remember what show or movie it's from, but it's the one where he goes, 23, all right, and then another one, 114, and then they ask, well, what are you counting? That's why I like to keep track of how many times people have said certain lines.
Dude, you know what that's from because I quoted that at you and you yelled at me for
I
it.
can't remember off the top of my head.
It was Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
That's right.
You used this last time.
Yeah, he does the same thing. It's like, I've heard that so many times, including coming out of the half orc's mouth as we've tortured him to death day by day.
That sounds like
To him, go ahead.
Sounds like this conversation's not getting us anywhere. That sounds like at least half of our party wants you dead. How would it be if no one else is willing to go? How would it be if I got in that carriage and I went with you myself?
The master requests all of your presence. And you have 3 days to come to Castle Ravenloft. If you are not there within that time frame, your orc friend will die, or will spend eternity dying every day of his life. And he turns and starts walking back to the carriage. Does Syraxis stay there, or does he continue, or does he back off as this elf starts walking towards him?
Yeah, as the elf starts walking towards this way, he'd scoot back behind the other corner of the cabin or the wagon.
Because you would still be within 10 feet of him technically, so that wouldn't be good. Because he's jumping in the cart, and then
I'll have a little bit of a headache as he drives off.
And yeah, you would start to hear all, just like Orden, you'd hear thousands of screams of women, children, men, just screaming in pain and terror and everything.
Ray finds that funny.
No. It was what Kevin just posted. Not yay, women, children screaming.
That's getting clipped.
Congrats, Nathan. You got one from me.
Yeah, that's going to be one of our notification sounds too.
Cool.
And if nothing, you all don't do anything, the horses would turn around and start heading back north.
Orden would go up to the carriage like he's about to get in, and then turn and realize no one's following him. You guys heard what he said. We have to go. We don't have any other choice.
He said we have 3 days. I will not walk into a trap.
No, you're right. You're right. We got to take this on. But we are taking this on. We're just doing it with a clear head.
Indeed, I wish to cut his head off.
We'll get there.
Not like we didn't have a chance, Sol would call out.
Indeed, Miss Sol. But this was Odin's call this time.
Look, you can call me weak all you want, but I have no guarantee that if he didn't come back, that they wouldn't just kill Korast. I can't let that happen.
She's gonna shrug because she has no dealings with this person, so she's just gonna shrug.
Are you sure that's who they have?
He pretty much said your half-orc friend. And Ragnar, you know how weird he was about teeth. Who else could he be talking about?
When's the last time you saw him?
You remember when we were at the church. We haven't seen him since.
Yeah, the last time you saw him was in Valaki.
He wandered off, and you were saying how we can't keep losing people the same way that we lost Erston. And that's still true.
I'm not arguing with you on that one, dearie. Now I'm doing both voices in one.
They have conjoined.
It's truly Ragris now. I'm not arguing with you on that one. It's just, it seems to me that Strahd himself or any of his minions for that matter could just show up and say that they have any of our companions that have disappeared. And they may not. I'm not saying we should leave it for chance. Just food for thought.
Caraxes, where are you?
Straxus would scurry over as the carriage leaves and walk over to Rajan.
Where was you?
Where was you?
He would say, in investigating the carriage, sir. It seems that the carriage was empty and I was taking a more advantageous position towards the rear of the potential enemy. And he looks very unsure because really it came from a place of cowardness. Like he didn't want to be in the line of sight of this guy. So he just kind of skirted around the back.
Good. You are learning.
He
continue
says,
to the House of the Dragon or to the castle. And he'll look
it seems. It seems that a potential ally in the dragon would be advantageous if we're going to at least Castle Ravenloft. That being said, we are looking for a gem, and dragons are known for hoarding certain jewels and shiny things, as the technical term is we use in the industry. And he would say, either way, as long as we don't ruffle any feathers, I feel, especially with you two, when he motions over to you and Orden, as Dragonkin yourselves, we should have a lukewarm reception at very least.
We do not know what is there. there is a dragon left, or who it serves. Do you still
Master, a
wish?
dragon serve someone?
They
A
should
dragon's
not.
supposed to serve themselves.
But yes, but those of a weaker will who have fallen, and he'll kind of side eye Odin slightly,
I'm
will
gonna roll
tend
to see if I
to
notice
submit.
Throw in shade.
Let's see if I notice that shade. Oh, that is an 11.
Yeah, it's like a tree popped up in front of you.
What do you reckon? A sleight of hand, a deception, or a sleight of hand?
Whichever you prefer. I just like the
I mean,
roleplay.
how much are you really trying to hide it though?
I don't think he's trying to hide it at all, to be fair.
Yeah, no, he's not trying to hide it, but it's not like being really open. He's trying to be subtle about it, more so for your benefit than Odin knowing, sort of thing. But Raging definitely also picked up again on the fact that Odin was like, "Oh no, I'm scared to go to the temple. Oh no," sort of thing. And Raging was not impressed with that attitude again.
Excuse me for not wanting to go to the place that we've been told not to go until we're like the highest level possible.
What's a level?
Which would
Exactly.
Now, I wasn't aware of that part of it.
Yeah. Yes, we do not know what is there, if there is a dragon or not. But you may be right about shinies. And he'll pull out from his belt pouch a really shiny brass belt buckle, and he'll just give it to Caraxis and kind of rub his head a little bit. From our master.
He is the most excited good boy right now. He is his tail's thumping on the ground, and he immediately puts the belt on, but as kind of like a bandolier, not really as a belt. He just kind of strap it across his chest. And hey, Derek, does this belt do anything?
No, I think it was just something Kevin had.
It's a shiny belt buckle. It's a brass shiny belt buckle. It's as shiny as possible.
Oh, wonderful! And he looks at you and says, "One day I may be real dragonkin like you." And he smiles so big, as big as a lizard can smile.
Wait,
and he flips his belt.
I thought you were a dragonborn, aren't you?
Nah. Oh.
Oh. His ears droop down, and he kind of looks at his feet and starts like making circles with his toe. And he's like, well, technically speaking, yes, perhaps I can be considered a cousin, maybe a distant relative of dragon folk. Dragonborn is y'all are named, but unfortunately, I'm not truly dragonkin in that sense. But I feel it, like on the inside. It is part of my so it's who I have to be. Eventually, maybe if that works out. And he just kind of like droops his head and slowly wanders off, probably behind Ragin.
I will run up to him and I'll put my hand on his shoulder and I'll just lean in and whisper, "You know what? Sometimes being around Ragin, I feel less like I'm a dragonborn and more like I'm just a halfling. So I understand what you're talking about."
And he totally
Bro.
he fully understands what you're saying.
Just look at each other and we would die for each other now.
And he just kind of nods his head and wipes a tear away, maybe without Ragin noticing.
Right, like
and
Odin is actually an inner kobold. Like what is a small dragonborn? It's a kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Our hearts just got switched at birth.
That's it. That's it.
But yeah, that's him.
I'm gonna turn back to you guys, and look, you don't have to come with me if you don't want to. I'm going to find Koras though, and I'm not going in blind. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to Van Richten's tower. I'm gonna see what he would recommend, and then I'm gonna go find him. I don't care if Strahd wants all of us. I'll go by myself if I have to.
You won't be going alone, dearie. Don't you worry about that.
Raging will come and put his hand on your shoulder. Indeed, you will have us with you. It is good to see that you are not scared.
Look, there's a difference between being scared and knowing what's a smart move to make, what's not throwing yourself in danger. And sometimes you have to weigh out what's important, and that's what's going on. I don't care how dangerous it is. This is important to me.
Good, you have learned well.
I'm just going to look back at Syraxis and kind of give him a little thumbs up.
This is just Nathan's headcanon, but I imagine like Orden's kind of telling off Rajin, and Caraxis is just standing back, like shoulders hunched, just mouth agape, just staring like, uh-oh.
Well, he's telling him off in the very Orden way.
Very well, Odin, lead the way. We should follow you.
And we're leaving Derek back at the Abbey some more. Let's go.
He's fine. He can if he wants to. If he doesn't want to, it's fine.
I feel like at least one of his two characters has to want to go get him.
Tyler says he doesn't care anymore, and I don't know about Kevin.
Look, he can start a stand-up comedy if this is without it.
So are we going back to the tower? Is that what I heard?
We did say that we'd go there first because Esmeralda has been to Castle Ravenloft recently.
We got information. Well, we got what information she had already, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, 'cause she didn't really get that far because she met up with Strahd and got her ass handed to her.
Well, also Van
Richten's
a vampire hunter, so he might have some advice for us.
Yeah, I mean, we can go talk to him. I'm just trying to circumvent having the same conversation with her again.
She was pretty much just, she went to bed.
Okay, so the consensus is go to Van Richten's tower again. Let's see.
Can you guys hear my cats about to throw hands in the background?
No, actually.
No,
okay, good.
But can we see?
I don't know. They're under the bed.
Rough.
Werewolf.
She's tiny.
So yeah, Nathan, have you read the Discord?
He's not on the Discord.
My Discord won't open right now.
Oh, well, then break has been requested.
I was wondering why you were just being quiet and like, or just sitting here and everyone's just talking and Derek's just being quiet and watching. All right, well, we're gonna take a break. Can we try to cut it down like 5 minutes since we started so late? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. About a 5-minute break and we'll be back.
Most of our break is us talking anyway.
And we're back. We got Tyler has to leave eventually, so we're trying to make up for lost time. So, Derek, it's all yours.
I guess the plan right now, you were wanting to go back to Van Richten's tower to get some advice, which I will. You guys would know that Van Richten's tower is partially in the opposite direction. So, like, I did a little bit of ruler work. I estimated that it's about 18 miles of travel from here to Castle Ravenloft. Granted, you have 3 days to travel it, so it's not terrible, but you do have a time frame you got to work by.
Hey, can we swing by and go ahead and get our fortune told like we've been hearing for 50 sessions since we're going that direction?
That's that's technically in the same direction, but then cuts into the wrong direction.
We can get our fortunes told? Dude, that's
You weren't
early.
here for that whole thing.
I was not.
Yeah, I think we're going to need somewhere to take a long rest at night anyway. So Van Richten's tower is probably going to be the safest place
You can always
before
go to Valaki.
No, we cannot. Oh, how are we gonna? Do we still have the cards? I forgot. We had to, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we left it at Berescas.
No, didn't you? I think you had it, but I think
Berskas, Kerbrez.
Kresk. But I think you did with it since the party left Kresk with Irina and Ismark. I think, and they were going back to the winery. I think they took the cart with them to the winery, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I think that's right.
So you are on foot, so traveling is even slower.
What do you guys think? Should we just skip Van Richten?
Finding information will be important. If Van Richten has the information, then we should go and ask him. Especially if he knows if we can stop them from turning into mist or kill them outright.
You're about 4 miles of travel from Van Richten's tower right now. So you'd get there in an hour and a half.
Not too bad.
Or maybe, yeah, like an hour and a half probably. 3 miles an hour-ish. But yeah, so it's still relatively early morning, so you'd get there before noon. And whether you're wanting to long rest there and head off again the next morning doesn't really make sense, but
we should just. We haven't done. I'm the only one who's taken any damage, and I'm fine. I think we should just talk to Van Richten, see what he recommends, and then head off to Castle Ravenloft.
Well, let's go.
You're at Van Richten's tower. I'm not even going to pull up the map because it's just RPing. You get back to Van Richten's tower. Took you about an hour and a half of travel. And you see him and Esmeralda out front building a new cart since hers exploded.
That's unfortunate.
We had nothing to do with that.
We really didn't.
That was all the rogue that doesn't exist.
Oh, Nathan Prime, you weren't here. We exploded that cart.
Why?
It was booby trapped. It was booby trapped, and the rogue just went, "Oh, I'm gonna go open the door." Boom.
Meanwhile, me and Kevin are just messaging each other like, "How long do you think until they blow it up?"
So the rogue in the party set off an IED in the middle of Barovia.
Yeah, he was somewhat treasure hungry, and wanted the secrets and the treasure of the cart.
And then he got
And
mad
he-
because he's like, "Who booby traps a cart?" And we're like, "For this reason, someone booby traps a cart."
Indeed.
Probably someone who wants you dead. Or just tossing that out there.
So yeah, you see Van Richten and Esmeralda building a new cart out front, and then they welcome you. Welcome back, friends. What news from the land of Barovia? What's new?
It's not
As,
good.
as he sees a couple new face or a new face in Syraxis walk up, and an old face that you told him was dead in Ragnar. I see that whether you were fibbing or by some miracle your friend here is alive, which I'm glad to see.
I was definitely dead. There's no question about that.
Well, then it's a miracle you're back in good health, I hope.
Things aren't really very good. When are they though? Our half orc friends, Strahd has him, and we have to go to Castle Ravenloft, or else they're gonna torture him for all eternity. So you advised against it, but given the desperate circumstances, what would you suggest we do to make this something we can survive?
The first question: why would you ever want to go to Castle Ravenloft? Second question: was it Strahd himself asked you to come to Castle Ravenloft? And third question: was it a hostile request, or is he like? Do you think it's a trap of some kind, or what?
First question, I already explained that part, so we'll just get to question 2.
Why? Is pretty much calling you an idiot, but carry on.
Yeah, well, yes. Fair enough, I am. It wasn't
Welcome
Strahd.
to Amateur Hour.
Thanks, Nathan. It was a dusk elf. Would you know any dusk elf that would be associated with Strahd? I know that he killed them all. Or all the women anyway, so I know he doesn't have any reason.
Dusk elf that follows Strahd. To my knowledge, all dusk elves technically follow Strahd that remain. So any more descriptions of this dusk elf that you have? Because they're all enslaved to him.
No, he didn't seem enslaved. He seems very happy about what he was doing. I stepped close to him and I could hear shrieks. And it brought me.
He was very confident of what he could do. He said he wished he liked to crush the spirits of adventurers that come, of all who stand against him.
Yeah, you must be talking of Rahadin. He is Strahd's most loyal and deadly servant. That the screams you heard, young warden, are the screams of the countless men and women he has killed in his lifetime serving Strahd. The only thing that man cares about is his master Strahd, who follows every command. But the one real question is, why didn't he just kill you there? What makes you wonder what goal there is in him asking you him personally to Castle Ravenloft?
It's like that with Strahd.
He himself was scared of us. He pleaded for us to not fight him.
Rachel, that's not. Even I gotta draw the line there. With Strahd, it's just a game. We fought him before we came to Valaki, before we met you, and I don't know, I thought we were strong enough to where we could hold him back then. Looking back, it wasn't anything like that. And then we saw him again at Yester Hill, and he dragged me off, and he said he was going to do to me what he did to Ragnar and Iris's brother. But then he let me go. Whatever's going on, it's not about just killing us. If that's what they wanted, they would have done that a long time ago.
Yes. Strahd loves bringing in adventurers into Barovia and messing with their minds, their psyches. What he truly enjoys is watching parties grow stronger and sporadically testing them as you have seen and have dealt with. Don't worry, his intention is to kill you.
Oh, well, I won't worry then. Thank you.
But when is the actual is the better question, not if, when.
Before you go asking any more questions, I think I ought to answer question number 3. That's definitely a trap.
Like, what was the request entailing? Was there a specific message that Kitty Rahadim asked for, or was it just a come to Castle Ravenloft and see what happens?
He wanted us to have dinner, to talk peacefully with Strahd.
Did you sense any kind of deception in his voice? Did he seem confident and truthful in his words?
Honestly, I didn't pay enough attention to detect that. I almost guarantee that he was being deceptive. I don't think he's being serious about this being a peaceful dinner. I think this is more of just his game.
Like I said, it's definitely a trap. It might not be a trap to kill us, but it's definitely a trap that's gonna mess with us some more. Maybe make us to where we're not as willing to face him the next time we actually do face him. I do think that after talking to me sister for a bit, I do think it's something that we might consider doing, even if it's not all of us. It might be beneficial. I've got a feeling that he's not ready to kill us yet. If he was, he wouldn't bring us to his castle to do it. He'd do it where it'd be more fun, or whether maybe it could be a spectacle.
You raise a good point there, Ragnar. Strahd generally doesn't. He evil, conniving, and a tyrant. Yes, 100% he is. But he generally doesn't lie or deceive. That's not his motive. So it might be, well, in quotation marks, a safe trip to Castle Ravenloft. He might not want to kill you there, but I guarantee there are other things that will. That I don't know what is in store inside that castle, but it's almost guaranteed not going to be good.
Do you have any suggestions? We were fighting a vampire and he turned to mist. So any way that we could just kill a vampire outright would be really helpful.
Yes. To end a vampire, you must slay him in his home in his coffin. If you either stab him through the heart with a stake, cut off his head, whatever it takes. Don't defeating him is never the end. You have to end it where it began.
Do you know where that might be for Strahd?
Probably Castle Ravenloft.
Probably, but where
Nathan's expression. hand on forehead.
What are their weaknesses, if they have any?
Let me pull up a vampire.
When I smite him, he definitely hurts a lot more. So radiant damage is always good.
This is the vampires. They can't travel over running water. So if you fight them near a river and push him into the river, that's a good way. Doubt that'll work, but there are a stake to the heart. As I mentioned before, if a piercing weapon made of wood is driven into the vampire's heart, while the vampire is incapacitated in its resting place, so his coffin, he will be paralyzed indefinitely until the stake is removed. And vampires are also hypersensitive to sunlight. If you can somehow get him into open sunlight, then you're more likely to defeat him. But here in Barovia, it's always overcast and the sun never truly pierces the clouds. You'd have to do it in some magical way.
Question, and I will pull out the sun sword and show it to him. Would this suffice?
I don't remember the stats of the sun sword, so let me look that up too.
Also, question, I had read somewhere that like it lights up like a lightsaber. Is that true?
Yes. The sword's luminous blade emits bright light in a 15-foot radius. So yes, and the light is sunlight. Yes.
Because the blade was actually broken.
Yeah.
The sword and the hilt were actually separated, and the blade broken. So it's just a hilt. So like the blade comes out. Yeah,
that'll
the blade comes out like a lightsaber.
That'll be helpful to get it into Castle Ravenloft without raising any flags.
Well, it's not always lit, is it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll just have the hilt, and I'll be like, "Oh, I've just got this broken sword."
Yeah, you can use a bonus action to cause the blade to activate.
I really need to add like all the details of that to my character sheets.
Unless it's actually recognized as it was his brother's sword.
Could be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because the sun sword is sentient, so it will sense his presence near. So you might not have full control when it emits its light, but yeah.
He hasn't had very full control of it anyway, so that's fine.
It's all part of being a man, not having control of your sword.
Kevin, will you stop? We left this behind last week.
Especially in the mornings.
Stop.
Or should we say at dawn, when the sun rises?
Oh.
Carry on, move on.
Please. One Nathan looks really upset, the other one looks really pleased. Esmeralda, do you have any advice that you gathered from going into Castle Ravenloft?
Don't die.
Yeah, that's what you told us last time, so keep that in mind.
It's solid advice, isn't it?
Solid advice. It got you out of there.
Are there alternative ways in?
They do not know. She, as cocky and headstrong as she is, she went head first through the front door and just went, "Hey, yo," and got pummeled.
Yeah, yo, I'm here to kill some vampires, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Very well. Shall we set off now?
Do you have a cart we could borrow?
And Esmeralda would give you just a pissed off glare. Last time you were here, you blew up my cart.
Never mind. I was thinking if we took care of your problem, maybe you could help us with some of ours.
You see, we're building a new one here.
Is that half-built cart out there for sale? We could finish it for you.
On the way.
If you could give it to us for half price.
It is half built.
It's like, and you can see the look in Esmeralda's eyes, like she wishes she would come with you, but she's obviously been told by Rick Tobin that she has to stay put. So you can see she wants a second chance at defeating Strahd, as just like you all do.
I guess there's nothing we could say to make you guys come with us.
Not this time. Maybe in the near future, when if you don't succeed or if you don't kill him now, it is just a passive and safe just chat that he's wanting. Maybe next time we will take up arms with you. But
Oren,
yeah.
What do you expect to come from this visit? Do we walk in and walk out?
Look, I just want to save my friend. Once we get that part done, we'll figure out the rest. If we have to, we can just run. We've been pretty good at that so far.
Oh, that didn't work out so well for me last time.
Okay. What do you all suggest? Since my plan isn't working.
It is not what we suggest. It is what to expect. Do you expect us to be able to walk in, take your friend and walk out? Or run out?
Honestly, at this point, if he wanted to do anything to us, he could have. When we were back at Yester Hill, he could have taken me prisoner if he wanted to, but he left me with you all. He could have killed us if he wanted to, but he didn't. He barely, as much as I hate to say it, he barely scratched us. I don't think this is going to be... It's definitely not going to be as easy as I would like it to be. But I don't think it's going to be as difficult as you think it'll be. So yes, I think it'll be difficult to get out. I don't think it's going to be impossible.
What does Soul say?
Soul was actually going to say to her, and she's going to be rubbing her own neck, like, man, he's really got a knack for, getting way too close and way too personal. So I want to make sure if we go there, we have a secure way out, because the last thing I want is that uncomfortable, stinky little man trying to bite me again. It was way too much to bear.
So you were able to get away from him before. Wait, I was unconscious for that. Never mind. You were a lot of stuff.
What time? How many times have you been unconscious? What time was that? Was that 4 or 5?
Carry the 8 a lot.
You know, with how often her character falls, it's like rolling blackouts.
It really is.
It's like
That's part of the reason.
pre-stage dementia.
That's part of the reason I'm not planning anything, because I know I'm going to get knocked unconscious and you guys are going to have to run without me.
Yeah, our most powerful weapon's in the person who has weak knees.
You guys can pick me up and swing me like a sword. It's fine.
You're goddamn right. But in the end of the matter, as long as we have, she would just make sure to know that that's going to be on the back of her mind at all times, the fastest way out the door, because the whole idea of being like held and sucked on, even though she can get away from that, it's not something she just wants to be a part of.
I know I told you I can summon a horse now, so that'll be a little bit of extra. Like
that only you can ride.
We never established that. I can communicate with it telepathically. We didn't establish that it'll only let me ride it. Stop.
To be fair,
Cat just wants to be a part of things.
To be fair, Ragnar's not arguing with your plan at all, just except for the part of thinking it's easy to run away. That's the only thing he was disputing.
Yeah, he didn't run away last time.
He did try, but he was frozen in place at that point. But
he went through what we call a vibe check.
I don't think we can really make a plan for what to do because we don't know anything about the castle yet, except for seeing it from a very far distance. We could send Caraxus in to go scout it out.
Since he was so stealthy.
Since he's the only stealthy one left, I think.
Question: could we somehow get Vasilka here, that bride that's the abbot made, and then use some magic to make her look like Irina? If we were able to disguise her, then maybe
Not a hat of disguise.
We do have a hat of disguise. That would distract
on the robe that disappeared, but you can have it.
Did we get Irina?
You might have. I don't know. But that's backtracking like another day.
I know.
It's using a day of travel.
Draxus, can you communicate with your? Can you have your wyvern send messages?
Ragnar would pipe up if you're suggesting getting this flesh golem, and just be like, I think that's a surefire way of getting us all killed. If that fails and he realizes that's an illusion, then all we're doing is pissing him off.
That's true.
I think if we're doing anything...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think if we're doing anything, we need to just go have this dinner. If we're going to go have it, we go have this dinner. I'm not saying don't be prepared to defend ourselves or run or fight back or anything like that. We definitely keep our wits about us. But I don't think it's going to work in our favor to try to trick him or get out of it. We either go or we don't go and deal with the consequences either way.
There was the mate of the werewolf that was in his dungeons also.
And also, wait, question, Derek, were we supposed to do anything for the Dusk Elf mission besides going to the Amber Temple? Is he expecting us to grab his sister's body?
Yeah, his sister's body is in Castle Ravenloft.
Do we have to get that, though? Or is he okay without it?
No, you need it.
Okay, I will pipe up then. Iris, you remember that dusk elf we met in the Vistani camp? We need to get his sister's body too.
And if you remember the one werewolf maiden that you left alive in the werewolf den.
That's what Kevin just said.
Oh, I'm not listening to y'all.
I'm not listening to Kevin, my favorite son.
He was just staring at.
Kevin is daddy.
He was just staring at Kevin's camera the whole time he was talking, just staring.
Lost in his eyes.
Iris would pipe up at that and kind of almost echo some of what Ragnar was saying. I think that we need to go to this dinner, dearie, and do the dinner. If we're gonna do it, I don't think we need to be trying to snoop around the castle just yet. If we're gonna do that, that's what we need to go for. I don't think that going for the dinner's gonna, if we get the chance maybe, but I don't think it's gonna offer an opportunity for us to just go snooping around the castle. I know these are things that we need to get done, and I don't argue that, and I haven't forgotten them. But it's not going to be just as easy as strolling in there and looking around.
No, you have a point. We need to focus. Are there any other preparations we need to make before we get going?
I think I'm good as long as we had a rest, which I believe we did, and we have 3 days, so.
We'll get a rest in between now and then also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could probably get there comfortably in 2 days, just so you don't get exhausted or anything. The travel there is actually going to be quite peaceful. There's nowhere that no creature of Strahd, none of his spies or lackeys are going to stop you or pose any threats to you. So you travel. I'm sure you're like the first. You're gonna stop next probably at the old bone grinder since you own the place now. Since you killed the Hag Coven, that's where you'll spend your first night. I assume that'd probably be the best area.
Pastries.
We burned them.
Some more pastries.
We could play with that mirror that we got. We never used it. Are we going to the old bone grinder right now?
You can probably pass around Valaki or through Valaki. If you wanted to stop in Valaki, you can say so, and you can make a pit stop somewhere.
Kevin, I don't know if you saw, but you got some gold from when we were at Babalosaga's place.
Yeah, I saw that we got some. I don't think I added it. It wouldn't be important anyway unless we could just buy some healing potions or something.
Yeah, the one time we went, they didn't really have much
good
going for them. Well, yeah, but besides healing potions.
How much did we pick up from Babalasaga each?
Hold on, let me see if I can find it in chat.
If only someone would have made a Google Doc that everyone could update with their treasure and stuff.
Nathan, do you have it?
No, I don't.
Derek?
I just have a Google Doc that I started that everyone could do that in.
How many healing potions would they have? Would they be available?
I think it was 160 that we had because I think I had 3 gold at one point and I've got 163 gold.
Yeah,
so that's a good way to keep track.
It was 160 because I have 169.
Nice.
I was waiting.
Wait, you knew the whole time and you looked me dead in the eye and you said, "No, I don't know, Ray."
No, you just saying that you doing the math on your gold, maybe be like, hey, I could probably just check mine and do that because I know I didn't have very much.
They have 12. If you're going to stop in Valaki, for some shopping, they would have 12 regular healing potions and 5 of the next one up, which is greater healing.
Yeah. How much would those be?
How much are they? Isn't it 50 gold generally for a regular healing potion?
I think
I
so.
think from the player's handbook. And then what would a greater be? Like 10 times that?
Yeah, possibly 500 then, possibly, I don't know.
Because I know it goes up exponentially with the potions.
Yeah.
Potion of healing is 50 gold pieces for the regular. Says there's no price listed for the greater healing or supreme healing.
Well, let's just go Google.
Somebody said, well, that's what I did. Somebody said 50, 200 to 250, 2,000 to 2,500, or yeah.
I'll go. The graders are 100 each, so they're twice the cost.
Okay.
How much does the graders heal?
Let me look at.
I think it's 150, isn't it?
Well, greater potion of healing heals 4d4 plus 4 instead of 2d plus 2, 2d4 plus 2. So it's literally just 2 healing potions at once.
How many greater healing potions do they have?
5.
5. Okay. Can I buy 2 greater healing potions and a healing potion?
Yep.
And I'll have 10 gold left.
So how much did we decide on for the prices?
50 for a normal, 100 for a greater.
Did Kevin buy all the graders?
Gotcha.
No, he bought 2 of the 5.
Can I'm assume we're gonna have to like pick a representative to go into Valaki to buy stuff since 2 of us are wanted.
Soul can do it.
Soul can do it.
Yeah, I don't mind, I guess. I'll just voluntarily go and talk to these strangers alone when there's a vampire sucking pervert looking for me.
Raging would come with you because he's also okay.
I'll give you 150 gold. You can get
Perfect.
You can get a greater health potion and a regular health potion. You guys hold on to them because I've got my own healing I can give.
Iris would go as well if y'all need her to. She's not wanted in the Valaki.
Is Syraxis going too? Because it's Naxis going?
It's everybody but Orden.
Yeah, we're just leaving Orden behind.
You can pool your money together on how many potions you wanted to buy. So currently you have 3 graders that you've bought and 2 regulars.
I'd like to also buy 3 regulars for 150 gold.
Okay. So it's 3 and 4.
If anyone wants extra, Soul can offer some of her money if someone wants to have more.
Oh yeah, oh gosh. I forgot I have a gym that's worth 500 gold, so you guys can take that and do what you will with that.
Shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, I'll buy 2 more of the regular. No, I'll buy a greater for 100. I have 100 gold gem.
Hey Nathan, you just hang on to that gem and you can use whatever's left over because I don't want to deal with having to work with that.
Sure.
There you go.
I feel like we should just figure the cost of what they all are and just assume that we're buying them all, because between our gyms,
I got this.
between our gyms and treasures and gold, I believe we have have enough for all of it.
For 5 graders and 12 regulars, it's 1,100 gold total.
Oh, we can easily do that. And we actually are down 100, and then he's like, I like that belt buckle that the kobold's got.
Well,
exactly. If you throw in the kobold's belt buckle, you got a deal.
I can't get in Discord right now, but I know Iris has a crap ton of treasure too. So.
Oh yeah, you stole that treasure and got cursed.
Yeah, so we should be fine.
You've now got 12 regular healing potions and 5 graders.
What are you supposed to use all this on? Because There's like one store in this whole kingdom.
Somebody note it.
Yeah, Oregon should definitely have a nice supply in her back pocket.
I'm actually gonna give like, because if I picked up 2 greater and 1 healing, then I'm actually gonna give one of my greaters for Syraxis to hold on to, because he's the most mobile. He can like zip in and out and just feed us potions when we drop. So he's gonna be like the mobile medic.
I like it.
That's a good
I
idea.
like it.
Yeah, because he can kind of run in, kind of give us the potion, and then bonus action dash out, and stuff like that. So
Ragnar.
That new scroll that we gave her, because that might come in handy getting away from here.
She dead.
Let's assume yes.
Sure. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, was that the me?
Yeah, remember the sunlight scroll we gave you? Do you still have that? It was like
if you guys gave it to me, I forgot to write it down.
Hold on.
Hey, so I have this scroll for sunlight. What are we doing with it? Fuck.
That could be useful if we have to get away from.
Who took the Stone of Good Luck? I forgot. Was it Soul?
Syraxis.
Oh, Syraxis.
Syraxis, he needed that shit.
Also, we've got Urson's Cloak of Protection.
Yes.
Hey,
I don't know who's using it, but somebody has the Cloak of Protection.
I was fixing to say, let's not say we. Some Oakenbeard has it.
So I'm holding on to that scroll, and then the other 2 scrolls I have then? Or did you say somebody else was going to take that scroll?
You should have it because me and Iris can use it, but I currently don't have. I don't think I can use it right now. Iris,
what was the scroll exactly? Was it like a?
It's a scroll of daylight, I believe.
Of daylight, okay.
I posted 2 of them in Discord. There's Revivify, something else, and then we had the Scroll of Daylight as well.
Yeah, the other scroll is Mass Cure Wounds, Revivify, and now I have, because I forgot to write it down.
Okay.
All right, I have all 3 now.
On another travel, we're going to keep on rolling and travel out of Valaki. You go to the Old Bone Grinder, you sleep for the night, and you travel on towards Castle Ravenloft. You get to the crossroads where you initially faced Strahd for the first time, where he first tested you here, right, like northeast of Barovia. And you see the signpost that points east to Castle Ravenloft, and you can see high up on the hill the ominous rooftop of Castle Ravenloft and its tall towers reaching towards the skies.
You guys ready for this?
Well, I'm not getting any younger.
About as ready as we'll ever be, I guess.
Raging is looking excited. In raging sort of way.
I'm low-key depressed because I was building up Soul to have this huge conquest over the witch, and then she just died. So she's like, all right, well now I'm just stuck here, and there's no magic. So
no, you can go find the Mad Mage. Were you there with us when we met him?
Nope.
No.
I feel like you'd really like him.
He can open up a portal to a mansion.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds pretty useful.
We can go fight him later.
I'm about it. That'll give Soul some refound.
I Can you like say that you're upset about that on the way so I can tell you about this mad mage that we met?
Yeah. We can say that we have that conversation and she'll have a newfound purpose and a pep in her step.
Okay, and you start heading up the cliffside, up the hill to Castle Ravenloft, and you get to the gates of Ravenloft. After winding through the forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. The carriage, you come to a dead stop before twin turrets of stone, broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is the precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. A lower drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm, between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare at you out of their hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, the main doors of Ravenloft stand open. A rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in scones on both sides of the open doors.
Are there tea to go with the scones?
Or sconces, whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's sconces. Kiss my ass, Nathan. I hate you.
I mean, it's a dinner party. I thought maybe this was, first dinner before second dinner. Afternoon tea, 11sies, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what time it is.
So you get up to the drawbridge that is it is open, so it is drawn down, and it is towering over a chasm that you can't determine how far down it is. It's a long way down.
We have arrived.
Is anyone around as far as we can tell?
Nope. Except your dog barking.
My stupid dog.
Is anyone venturing forward, or everyone just kind of standing here awestruck, or
I'll go forward.
What's everyone? Okay.
Okay, you start going forward. Does anybody follow him, or is he going alone?
Oh no, Raging is like right there with him.
Yeah, Iris isn't letting Orden get too far ahead, and likewise Ragnar isn't letting Iris get too far away from him.
Following at a distance, probably gonna hang out with Syraxis if he stays back and have some real emotional bonding.
Syraxis would try to stay near Raging.
So everybody's pretty much close together.
In order.
No, I'm gonna stay back then by myself. A little bit of distance from the party.
I need everybody to roll me a D100.
Well, does that mean because even if I didn't want to walk right with them, or now that I had a stroke in the middle of speaking?
It's worse that you're alone, but roll a D100.
Perfect. Maybe I'll die. Or.
I accidentally clicked on the stream, so when that was happening, I just saw Derek freaking out and with that sound coming out of his mouth.
A D100.
You got one of those, right?
Is a high number good?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 95
that's
number.
just right.
Don't-
Yeah, I didn't even...
Don't listen to Derek say a high number is good. You never know with the
Okay, so I
D100.
just need
Oh, no.
Tyler and Nathan Prime. Or
Nathan
Tyler and Nathan
Beta.
Beta. Nathan Beta.
It's OG Nathan now,
Oh.
Derek.
Yeah.
OG Nathan.
So, are double zeros 0?
That's
No,
100.
that's 100. How would you roll a 0?
I got 104 then. That's how.
How?
I got
No,
double
that's
zeros and I
not-
got a 4.
Then you got
No.
Then you got 40.
What?
Isn't that?
Nobody
No,
knows.
so you
That's
got 4.
four.
So you
That's
got
4?
4.
Exactly.
You got 4.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's
okay,
what I was
okay.
asking.
Tyler, what'd you roll?
It's on the roll 20, but I just did
Okay, you're good.
73.
You're gonna accuse me
Alright.
of being crazy, and
Oh,
it was a very valid question.
Nathan, did you roll both for Iris and Ragnar? Because you need one for both. Who was that 4 for?
Oh God, Derek. Hang on. That 4 was for Ragnar, and Iris
Okay.
got a 73.
Oh,
You're,
so did
you're all
Soul.
crossing this drawbridge with Soul lagging behind probably 10 to 15 feet. Though you can tell that the wood of the drawbridge is very old and starting to rot. Ragnar takes one wrong step and the board breaks from under him, and I need him to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Did he see this happening?
Yeah, and since you have companions around you that are within 5 feet of you, you have advantage.
Yeah, I'd like to try to help.
Mhm.
16.
Okay, was that on the first one?
Yes.
Okay. You
The second one
your
was a
leg-
2, Derek.
Okay. Oh, good. You catch your leg falls through the board, but you end up catching yourself before you plummet to 1,000 feet below to your second death of the character, and you and Iris reaches down and grabs you and pulls you back up.
I imagine Iris doesn't even notice. Like maybe someone else grabs him and pulls him back up. Iris is not quite herself right
Yeah.
now.
So Soul being behind the party totally just saved the damn day. I'm taking credit for this, guys. I'm sorry. No one else gets credit.
Now you
I did it.
deserve
Even though you're too far away.
Hey man, the magical ability of just fucking I don't know, I did it.
Everyone else just walks
what-
forward and leaves
what
Ragnar
happened-
hanging there for a second. And
Okay, I was gonna give someone else a chance. I'll help out too.
Yeah. You before Ragnar plummets to the most certain death, Orden, Syraxis, Rasian, and Soul from behind all very, very hastily reach down, grab you by your beard, your shoulders, and hoist you back up.
not
onto
the beard.
back up onto the drawbridge.
Can we toss him?
Yes. Odin does a Lord of the Rings quote.
That Nate
Part
still
of
doesn't
it
get.
now.
Don't tell the elf. Don't tell the elf.
Spoilers. Orden. Ragnar just kind of looks down at the hole that just appeared under his foot. I told y'all it was a trap. We need to watch where where we're going.
I will. You're gonna hate this. I will sling Ragnar up onto my shoulders so that he doesn't have to walk on this possibly broken bridge.
No.
Soul would reply to Ragnar and be like, "Hey, all of us were doing just fine. Is your head still like back in the ground? You know, back there where we got you from? Like, you gotta pay attention, bud."
Now you know, Orden. I'm not going to be able to catch you from up here if you fall.
Maybe I'll sprout those dragon wings that I've always been hoping for.
Let me see if I can get a picture.
I see My sister probably likes your optimism, doesn't she?
She said on a time or two. I can't tell you how many times they were serious.
She's usually pretty serious. Me, on the other hand, I really like your optimism.
Well, thank you.
And I posted in Discord for y'all to show the stream. And
I can't, Derek.
Fine. Can I somehow post it in Roll20?
Can we post it in like?
No, I can't post it in Roll20.
Can we put like
Yes, you
binary
can.
terms?
Derek, what you do is you just create a handout and then.
Yeah, if you do a handout, I can pull it up. I just, for whatever reason, Discord's having a problem and it won't open on my computer right now.
How do I create a handout?
So you know how you create characters?
Yes.
So you go into journal and you add handout.
Handout.
And it comes up like a note, and then you add picture, image. You can change the title from Mysterious Note to Castle Ravenloft, and then you just put it in our journals, and then we can have a look.
Nate just scared the ever-loving shit out of me.
What happened?
His camera lagged. So 1 second he was sitting there, and the next second it was just his wall. Like, I was looking right at his camera, and he would just disappeared. And I was like, what? And then I seen, like, his shoulder leaning down as he was picking something up or whatever, and I was just like...
Thought he was dead?
Okay.
I did see you jump into scream, and I was like, what happened?
I thought he literally went to Dimension 119.
That's what was happening. That's what was happening last week, wasn't it? He'd be like really slow, then all of a sudden
it should be in your journals now, hopefully.
I also posted a link to it in the chat on Twitch. Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
And you have come to this ominous, and cross that ominous drawbridge where there are no railings on the side or anything, and you are now at the base of Castle Ravenloft.
They should
I will bring you all to the map.
They should have a dwarf put some railings up. Somebody could fall off of here.
That's kind of the point.
If only there was like a government agency to dictate what they should have on their property. That would be really helpful.
Strahd fires again.
Yeah.
Be like OSHA or something. I don't know.
And the characters.
But the S stands for Strahd. I don't know what OSHA stands for.
Operations over there, Ragnar.
Occupational Safety Administration or something along those lines.
You forgot a whole letter.
Yeah, well, it's the government, man. Who cares?
The H is silent. Over here and get on my shoulders. There you go.
You are now in the. You cross the.
I was still looking at the beautiful picture.
You cross the drawbridge and enter into the courtyard of Castle Ravenloft. Dismal rain starts to fall. Lightning routinely lights the sky, followed by peals of thunder that make the castle shudder. Thick, cold fog swirls in this courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. The walls that are now enclosing the courtyard that surround Castle Ravenloft are 90 feet high, and then the towers within are rise even higher. And the shattered window overlooking the main entrance is 50 feet above the courtyard.
If nothing happens, then Raging will step forward.
Let's start at 2 because I technically put you into the wrong map because there's more options than that. I put you into map 3 when you're supposed to be in map 2.
Get ready for all 900 of these maps, Derek.
Oh my god, it's insane. There's the door. And you can go down this way as well and up this way.
Ray's always so disappointed in us when we, or anyone else when they make jokes on stream. She just does it in the chat and hopes no one sees it.
Right. All right. You are now in the courtyard of
Called out.
Castle Road. Whoops, not that. And the doors to Castle Ravenloft are like right in here to the main castle.
Are they open, or can I do the Aragon open thing?
They are open.
Worth a shot. Is anyone here to greet us? I mean, after all, we're coming for a dinner party.
Not yet. No. You are. It is eerily quiet, other than the frequent lightning and thunder.
I'm gonna go ahead and go forward.
Yeah, Iris is just slowly wandering forward as well. Why don't you move my token too, Ray? I'm on your shoulders.
I didn't. Oh, can I move your token?
No.
Probably not.
Going through the front door. I like it.
We were invited.
Okay. Now, since you're going straight through the front door,
and nobody said we were going through the door.
Okay, well then you go up to the front door.
Approach the door and look around.
Okay.
Is this a wall?
I can't figure out what we're looking at.
Is what a wall?
This big giant line in the courtyard.
There is an arched door there, so that is a wall. But this is a top-down view, so you don't see the entranceway there.
It's basically like a parapet. You know how people stand over like attackers and shoot down.
Gotcha.
Oh,
that's
like
what I figured,
crenellations.
but I didn't see a marking for a door, so I'm just like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this top-down map is a little weird. So yes, you can enter in there.
Iris is at least gonna approach the door and kind of look around and kind of maybe not stick her head in the doorway, but try to look through the doorway and see what she sees first.
Raging is gonna look at Sol just hanging back. He will say to Caraxis, stay with Miss Sol.
Absolutely, sir. And he would look a little disappointed by that, but he would go over by Sol, and he'd go up to her and say, "I'm here to give you backup if you need it. I know how you like to hang back and see what goes on first. I'd like to learn."
She would put her hand like right on your back and be like, "There's hope for you yet. We're gonna do some real cool stuff back here. It's okay to be alone."
That's what she said.
We're better than them. Just don't tell them that.
He cringes at the thought of you two being friends, but he kind of just nods.
The ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, flanked by fluttering torches in iron sconces. 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors. Which I'll bring you to 3 if you decide to keep going.
I'll go ahead and keep going.
How dare you cringe?
Back to 3 you go.
I'll go back to bullying you.
Tyler, I'll kill you. I'll I'll focus your ass. Don't think I won't.
He wasn't even talking to you.
That's fucking aggro, man.
Yeah, I was talking to Syraxis, not you. I'm not gonna bully the DM. That seems kind of a little that's a little ballsy.
Hey, I bully him all the time.
Touche.
Yeah, and the doors here on the inside are closed.
And no one's here to greet us here either?
Nope, this little entranceway is also empty. There's nobody standing there, at least.
Is there anything like to the north and south of us, Derek, that we can see?
Yep. That's why you go around the castle on the other sides, which was on the other map. But everybody was like, "I'm gonna go straight in."
So, like, what's this way and this way?
Bring you back to map 2, because god damn it.
Oh, like no, Derek. It's a case of like, if don't keep swapping maps.
Yeah. Well,
like, is there a wall like
nope.
here?
You can go around.
And is there a wall here?
Back on map 2, you can go around. Oh, I didn't bring Kevin. The one that was asking.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
Okay, that makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's the plan, y'all?
To push the doors open?
Okay, then.
Yeah, I mean, Iris would have entered if she didn't see anything, weird or crazy going on, so.
Okay.
I mean, we are guests, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We are guests. We are guests. So, we just see more doors in here?
Mm-hmm. The second set of doors in front of you are closed.
So we walk through the first set and we get to the second set.
As soon as you walk through, the doors in front of you suddenly swing open, revealing a grand hall filled with the sound of organ music. Cue the organ music, Nathan, that you don't have. Overhead in the vaulted entry foyer which you stand, there are 4 statues of dragons glaring down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight.
I'm just gonna look up in awe of all the dragons. And you guys will definitely catch it. He's comparing his features to the dragons that are in this foyer.
And you sense
Syraxis is doing the same.
Raging will have probably a look of, I want to say disgust. Is he trying to compare himself to a dragon? Is he trying to align himself with a dragon? Well,
It just looks dragons, man.
Yeah. How dare he?
How dare you like himself?
Maybe he's idolizing dragons. He's asked us here because he wants us to be his new gods. That's what it is. It's canon. That's in Raging's head. It's now canon.
That's canon.
Can we see anything this way or this way, Derek?
Yes. I'm letting you talk.
I wasn't talking to the stream at all, but now I am because you just that was yeah. I was supposed to be on the down low. It didn't work.
Yeah, well,
It was supposed to be on the down low. You say
DL.
you address everyone.
I was literally addressing them to keep talking.
I'm not going to talk over you.
I was. No one else would have known.
Shut the hell up. Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great dusty hall, dimly lit by sputtering torches on iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the doom ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors through which you hear the sad and majestic organ tones. And I'll light it up and then I'll say some more things. There's the hallway and that hallway. Doo-doo-doo-doo. An elf, the same elf that met you outside of Berez, descends the wide staircase. He wears a gray cloak over black studded leather armor and has a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. Ah, you have arrived. My master is expecting you.
I'm gonna put Ragnar down so I can look a little bit more intimidating.
I think Raijin hisses at Rahadin.
Yep. Token there. There we go.
Well, lead us to your master's hospitality.
Why can't I move him? Oh, wait, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. Right, this way. And he walks past you. This time, you as he walks by all of you, you start to hear the sounds of all the screams of those he has slain, but it doesn't harm you right now. And he just walks past you this way. And he starts walking down the hallway to this door here. And he opens it up to the dining hall. Please enter. And he motions to all of you, even Sol and Syraxis in the back.
Raijin is kind of going to eyeball him as he walks past.
3 enormous chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls. Supporting the ceiling in the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods: roasted beast basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables, like nothing you have seen in Barovia so far. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each plate is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. Its pipes blare out a thunderous melody that speaks in its tone of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, a single caped figure pounds the keys in raptured ecstasy. As I'm bringing everybody in. and 250, because Tyler rolled 4 D100s. Or 100 D4s, I mean, for some reason. Rahadin then, as you all enter, he says, "I take my leave," and he closes the doors behind him and walks away. The figure suddenly at the organ suddenly stops, and as a deep silence falls over the dining hall, it slowly turns towards you, and it is didn't even show up. It is Strahd. Oh, he comes, stands up, comes over to the head of the table. Don't get your booze out of here. and says, "Welcome, my guests. Welcome to Castle Ravenloft." Please, please have a seat. My servants have prepared quite an exquisite meal for us all. I urge you all to eat your fill. If seconds are needed, you will be taken care of. Eat to your heart's desire.
Is Rachel sitting at the head of the table?
You bet he is.
Yeah, like he deliberately made the move to sit opposite him at the foot of the table, in like direct opposition to where Strahd was sitting.
I'll take a seat right next to him, just glaring at Strahd the entire time, and not making a move, but gently like holding my hand over where my sword is.
Mm-hmm. Okay? You guys, I see where you're sitting. Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Soul
Derek.
is sitting. Yo.
Can I get an idea on how? Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the table there. Can I get an idea on, like, he said he just wants to have dinner. How truthful he is on that? Like, can I sense any ulterior motives or anything like that?
Make an insight check.
While he's doing that, can I cast Detect Poison and Disease to make sure that this food isn't poisoned?
Yes, you can. Is Soul not sitting at the table?
I haven't decided yet whether she was going to sit or not. I was actually going to make that decision once he spoke again.
Okay.
Would Soul want to sit at the end of the table?
No.
Okay.
More or less, the idea I'm having here, why I'm conflicted to sit, is this is the last individual she wants to be close to, let alone sitting down with her legs tucked under a table when he likes sucking on necks. And the people that he involves himself with also do that. So she's trying to see what his direction is. So after people do their roles and I see how the conversation goes, we'll dictate if I sit or not. And I'll probably make my own insight rolls.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of RPG
Nathan,
bullshit.
Your insight is not anything. You rolled an 8. That's not great. You can't tell if he's being serious or not.
Then he would look for Ragin as kind of like an okay to sit down before he takes his seat.
Was the 18 that Nate rolled for something else?
That was probably for Caraxis to decide if he was going to.
Yeah, that was a decision that I made. I forgot exactly what it was.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that.
Orden, your detect disease and poison on the food and stuff. It's all real. All It's not poisoned. It's It's greatly crafted food that he has been prepared for you to eat. The wine itself isn't like the purple grape smash or the red dragon's ale. It is the superior. What was the name of that? Yeah, you don't know that this is what it is, but it is. Its smell is so strong, so sweet.
I believe it was.
Champagne du Lesmont.
I believe it was called the Château.
I think you're right. Can I also go ahead and cast Detect Magic and see if anything's weird about this room? So Orden's just muttering in Halfling, hoping that he doesn't understand what he's saying.
Shoo.
Bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you, God bless America.
America.
God save the Queen.
Raging will look at Syraxis not sitting down and kind of looking for confirmation from him, and he'll say, "Syraxis, use the chair this time."
As opposed to the floor.
He eyes the chair, and then he eyes Strahd, and then he slowly sits down and like keeps glancing back between Ragin and Strahd. Not as scared as he was expecting to be, but he recognizes his master's commands, and he does what he's told.
Soul would send a message to Rajin, because I have to go off that roll I put on the auto roller, which is dog water. And she's gonna say, "I'm not really gonna sit down. I'm not feeling it. I don't trust what he's doing." But she's gonna send that as a message to you, and she's going to stand right next to where Syraxis is sitting down.
Raging wouldn't acknowledge that he's received the message, but he won't say anything. But you'll see him quite clearly nodding his head.
Yeah, Soul's got enough experience with this kind of stuff to know no matter what, she knows you heard it. No matter what. So, I think she'd pick up on that.
You and Orden, with your detect magic, you would detect detect magic coming from the figure of Strahd himself, and the school of magic would be illusion.
That's interesting. He kind of eases up a little bit.
Or illusionary, whatever school that's from, yeah.
You called us all the way here just to play these tricks on us?
What tricks do you think I am playing? I called you here as guests for a little dinner and to have a chat. I'm not playing any tricks on you.
I'm gonna pick up a roll or something and just toss it at him and have it go through a hologram.
Do you consider this as an attack?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just trying to prove a point.
Mm-hmm. And the roll would fly right through him and hit the ground and roll across the floor behind him.
I just kind of raise an eyebrow at him.
I never said I would be meeting with you in person, did I?
I'd still consider that a trick.
I brought you here to have a little relaxation and toss away some of that uncomfort that this land can have on travelers. Isn't this food and wine the best you have had, best you have seen since arriving here in Barovia? Do I not? Am I not a gracious host?
You brought us here with the threat that our friend was going to be tortured. I don't think that's the mark of a good host, no.
That was no threat. That he is and will still be tortured.
Orden just kind of slams his hands down on the table. Where is he? We didn't come here just to play with you. Where is he?
He's alive for now. Somewhere here in Castle Ravenloft. Why should I give him up so freely? Yes, I have him. What more? What do you expect?
Your servant says that you bring people here and test them. What do you wish to test us for?
Your strength. You have already presented yourselves as mighty warriors and honorable fighters. I only wish to also feel this, the joy of battle. Most parties I bring here, they fail within a few days. But you're the group here. You survive. And he looks at Ragnar, and you especially, you know what death feels like. Yet you have been returned. You have come back to the land of the living.
It takes a lot more to rid yourself of an oaken beer problem than some witch.
I see, so you have Saitamaism.
The fuck is that?
Wait. Are you talking about One Punch Man?
Saitamaism?
Yeah, like Saitama from One Punch Man?
Yeah, that's all he wants, isn't it? He just wants a fight to exhilarate him.
Or
are you saying Rajin knows what anime is?
Who knows?
It's canon.
There's just a guy. He's a monk.
That's all he does. He goes back and visits his master, and they sit and watch anime. They're currently getting through Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's a good one.
They've just finished the entertainment arc of Demon Slayer, so they're thinking about Kingdom. They're thinking about Kingdom next.
Meanwhile, Strahd says,
"Attention, idiots!"
Strahd would reply with, "I'm not sure what that analogy is supposed to mean, but if it is anything like proving yourself against worthy opponents, that I do."
Raging is then going to stand up, his chair scraping across the floor, and untucks his, takes off his napkin, puts it back on the table, and goes, "Very well then, let us get this over with." And he's gonna like turn to walk out the room.
Mm-hmm. And at this moment, since a little bit of time has passed, the illusion starts to fade, and it starts just to laugh. Your friend, he dies every day. We bring him back every day just to see him squirm. We torture him. Isn't it wonderful? He will suffer forever. And he disappears, and just laughter fills the hall.
Iris is going to come to Ragnar and jerk the war hammer that she loaned him out of his hands.
I was so glad you were going to do this.
Proceed back over to the organ and just start smashing the shit out of it.
Yes.
Oh, wait, so you're destroying the organ?
Yes.
Oh, those things are expensive.
Oh my god.
You know how many specialists there are in Barovia? Not that many.
This is probably killing everyone's ears, and I imagine everyone, at least Ragnar, has his ears covered, and Iris just looks as if it doesn't bother her, and she's just, anything she can break, she's breaking, swinging away.
Yeah. like, yeah, this sound it exudes throughout the castle. It is so loud here in the dining hall that you're all having to cover your ears to muffle the noise as Iris just pounds away on this organ and destroys it. Iris, make a perception check as you're destroying this organ.
Hey, can't prestidigitation muffle sounds? Or no? Or is that just visual effects? So I was going to say, for just RP reasons, that would be great, if that's the case.
I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Does anyone have the silence spell?
No.
No. Just cast silence on it.
I can only RP now. I'm currently I'm off of roll 20, so if I gotta make rolls, someone's gonna have to do it for me, but I'm off roll 20.
Okay, you'll be gone for now.
Anyone have any inspiration they want to give me?
Can I give Nathan my inspiration?
Sure.
Nathan, use it well.
Amber.
Nathan, you didn't use it well.
I mean, it's better than it was.
Nathan, I have one more inspiration.
That was
Do we dare?
originally an 11. Now it's a 14.
Do we dare use my last inspiration?
Let's see.
You said perception, right? Yep, 14.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Nathan, I will do this for the bit.
That's 14's the highest I got. That was a 9.
Roll?
That was a 9.
Iris is just in such a fit of rage. She's not paying any attention to her surroundings and is just hammering away at this organ until it's just utterly destroyed.
And my inspiration.
I mean, sorry about the inspiration, but it kind of fits what Iris is going through and dealing with right now. She's not really paying any attention. She's just anytime she sees a piece of this organ still up, she's smashing against it, trying to break it.
Oh, and I'm gonna post a picture of what the organ looked like or I'm gonna put it in your journals of what the organ looked like before. How do I save this as a picture?
I'm gonna grab Iris by the shoulder and kind of just start tugging at her. Iris, this isn't solving anything. We need to go.
That's making me feel better, dearie.
Look, I know it'll make you feel better, and it's pounding in Strahd's face. Let's work on that, okay? It'll make you feel better.
I can imagine Raging goes to just boot the door open, and then calls Syraxis. Syraxis, come, we have work to do. As Syraxis bounces off from the chair with a chicken leg in his mouth, and maybe 2 in his pocket.
Right.
Can we grab some of the food for later?
And I put the organ in everybody's journals.
Iris takes a good, probably 5 or 10 more swings, and it takes Orden a minute or two to finally calm her down before she drops this warhammer to her side, just on the floor. Ragnar would go walk over eventually and pick it up, just kind of looking at his sister, very confused at what's going on. Oh yeah, I'm definitely glad I smashed that thing. That's creepy as hell.
That's a creepy ass organ.
Yeah, I'm coming to realize the more games I play with these Oaken beards, there's some fucking emotional kids.
They are.
One is dead set on getting revenge and taking his rightful place with the family. The other's a pissed off guy that's just always wanting to fight and get get into trouble, and then there's Iris.
Not anymore,
There's
Derek.
the pissed off mom.
Yeah, so it's like, oh yeah, what, you're all 200 years old? Oh, that seems pretty old. No, it just means that you're like a teenager in dwarf years.
I mean,
It's so angsty.
Imagine from Iris's point of view. She's both of her brothers have been raised, but she's either found or watched both of her brothers die in like the last few days. So it's not she's not handling it well.
Yeah, it sounds like she needs to go lay down on a couch and talk about her feelings a little bit.
You know who's good at listening about that? Soul.
No,
Don't you put that bird on me.
Okay, so what's next?
Now, truthfully, I'd probably be the best one to talk to about that, just for the fact of how, like, detached Soul is as a person. I bet I could probably drum up some great advice that would not have any kind of repercussions we would have to deal with.
You know, like about how your sister blew herself up and you're just like, whatever.
Hey, I mean, live and learn, right? Sometimes.
Die and learn.
I lived and learned. She didn't learn.
You gotta live a quarter mile at a
Raging
time.
is kicking open the. Raging is booting open the door, and he's looking for Rahadin.
You go back into the guest hall here. You didn't have time to really get a look at this outside of the dining hall. Torch that flutters against the walls of this vaulted hall. To the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending at a spiral staircase that goes up and down. Next to the hallway, a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. To the west, from where you came, the large double doors hangs blah, 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 blah. And that's it, since it's all about the organ that you just destroyed.
And there's a paragraph laying broken on the floor. Oh, Nathan just left.
Are you re-entering the entryway, the great entry, Nathan or Kevin?
He's gonna walk up to where he is because he's looking around. He'll turn back to Odin and just say, "Where should we look for your friend? Dungeons, perhaps?"
The dungeons. That'd be the most obvious choice. There's a staircase over here. Why don't we go that way?
Yes, very well. I wish to still find that little man. Caraxis. Go ahead and scout ahead.
And Caraxis would move on up, and he'd start checking his corners. We're going down, right?
Yeah.
Fluttering torches and iron. Yeah. Fluttering torches and iron sconces illuminate the spiral staircase. A chill wind rushes down the circling stairway, seeming to kill the very heat of the torches. And then it's going down. Off to going from map 3 to map 11.
Would like to send his wyvern out to scout for him.
Iron sconces.
When Syraxis summons that thing, Soul would send a message and be like, "Now you're using the right side of your brain. Keep it up."
Okay, bring everybody into map 3 then.
And Syraxis can send a message back, right?
Yeah, you get one reply, and that's voluntary.
He would say, "Well, your brain doesn't have sizes, so I'm only using the only side that I can use." Duh. Like, you talking about different halves of the brain, you fucking weirdo.
Soul's internal thought process upon hearing that, he's got a lot of work.
So, Derek, did you want to give me a second?
I'm glad I
for the
skipped
wyvern?
the. Now I'll just let it be you for now, since you haven't decided to go down yet. So it'll just be you. Your token will be the wyvern. And I'm so
Gotcha.
glad I skipped over the top 3 floors and went straight to the basement, expecting you to go to the basement,
Hey guys, maybe we should go to the top floors actually.
where I don't know whatever happens.
Yeah, that's just my in-character thought process.
Voting yes on that one.
Your wyvern would go down the staircase there, Nathan. And this dusty 10-foot wide, 30-foot long corridor has a flat ceiling 10 feet overhead. To the south, the web-filled stairway spiral leads further down into darkness. The north end of the hall ends at a wooden door.
Can the wyvern open this door? Like, is there a handle or anything?
If it can, actually, if the wyvern, if you're familiar, can open doors, it can.
Yeah, I feel like as long as it's like a handle that he can like sit on and push his weight down, maybe. But that's up to you.
Like
Just open like a cat.
How strong is it? Can it open like a 10-foot tall double door?
Let me take a look at it.
What's its strength modifier?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now.
It'd probably really be like a 7-foot door, since the ceiling's only 10 feet.
Yeah, strength modifier is a -3. Like, it's not a strong creature. It's basically just extra eyes.
Yeah. It's probably like a cat.
Yeah,
It's probably like the
yeah,
size
it's
of a
probably the
hen.
weight of a cat. I mean, it's a tiny creature, so
Yeah.
can he listen to anything on the other side of the door?
Have him make a perception check.
I will. Let me take a look. See here. He's got a +3 to perception.
It's pretty good.
Okay, he's got 22.
You can hear the shuffling of you can hear the shuffling and clapping of feet going back and forth in the next room.
The clapping of feet, like
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, like not
Like
a human-
flippers?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a great
that's
guess.
disturbing.
A great guess.
Wait, what did he say? I missed it.
Flippers.
Are you telling me there's geese in here?
Ultimate torture.
We are going through that
It's
door.
the ultimate torture chamber.
That's got to be where they're torturing him. Fucking hate geese.
No, what you do is you run in and grab him by the neck and just swing him out of the way. Aggressive subverted.
Y'all are gonna have PETA in the chat here in a minute.
He'll go down one more level.
So
PETA doesn't care about geese. Geese are demon, not animals.
Nat 12. Okay.
Oh, PETA.
Yeah, he'll go down one more level, Derek.
Okay. Give me just a second. I'm getting it ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take your time, man.
And 4. And there's you again at the top of the staircase. Okay, 73. The stairs descend into black, still water that fills an arched hallway before you. The water's surface is like dark, mirrored glass, disturbed only occasionally by the thwick of a drop falling from the ceiling. 20 feet ahead, arched doorways lead downward from each side of the hallway. In each arched doorway, an iron door stands closed and partially submerged. You hear a weak cry for help from beyond the south door.
Can I tell if it's male or female?
Did I'm going to ask you actually because I wasn't paying attention. Did you walk over this particular square right here?
It's flying.
I flew over it.
So it actually flies. Okay, never mind. Well, you're good.
That's
what are you
right,
laughing at?
flying OP.
Nothing.
You care?
Not a thing.
There.
Hey y'all, I think there's a trap here, by the way.
I think so.
Okay, so what are you doing?
He's just trying to figure out if he can discern whether it's a male or female voice.
Male.
Okay. He'll fly back up to the party. And as he's flying up, Syraxis is relaying all this information. The next floor down, it is a 20-foot hallway with a wooden door. There's geese on the other side of it, I believe. And then if you go one more floor down, there's a whimpering man on that level, and the floor has water in it. But other than that, it seems quiet. I don't think the wyvern would have recognized the trap if he's flying over it.
You couldn't see the trap. You can't even see the trap until you step there.
Did this man have any kind of accent?
Trap OP.
Couldn't distinguish.
No.
Okay.
He did not have a British accent. No.
It was kind of Australian.
Did he perhaps sound like he had?
It was kind of Australian, kind of British, kind of like South African. If you mixed all those accents together, that's probably what it would be.
Did he happen to sound like he had tusks in his mouth?
No.
Was he cursing? Because Koras swore a lot.
It was just whiny crying.
I'm gonna look to Ragnar.
That sounds like him.
Okay. Against my better instincts, I will run down the stairs.
I'm gonna grab.
All the way?
I'm gonna grab Orden. Ragnar would grab Orden as he tries to run down the stairs, and just be like, "Even if we think it's him, we should probably take it slow, anyways. I know we haven't run into anything yet, but with Strahd disappearing, he could be down there, waiting for us. Could be a trap. He could be the one behind the door.
Any of this could be a trap.
Just be careful.
We can't.
I'm not saying not do it. Just saying be careful.
Yeah,
I'll be right behind you."
Vampires are whiny.
It depends on what book they're from.
I sparkle.
As soon as you let go, I am absolutely gonna run. Derek, I will throw you a bone. I will run over this obvious trap.
It's a finger of death trap.
Yeah, right.
She's got the health to survive it though.
I'd like the wyvern to follow her.
We did have a long rest, right? Before we came here?
Yeah, at the bone grinder.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the water is 3 feet deep in the hallway and opaque. The steps on both sides of the hallway descend another 2 feet before ending at the iron doors to the north and the south. How heavy is Orden?
Very.
Like, I need an exact weight.
256.
He's dense. Enough, Derek.
250 divided by 5. 50% chance. Hell yeah. Roll me a D100.
I'm gonna, if we're gonna go down into the water, I'm gonna put Caraxis on my shoulders.
Okay.
Gosh, that's my favorite thing.
Oh gosh. Okay, where are you going? Which one are you on? Which one are you on? Is that C? Can't even see. Yeah, that's C. Yeah. Okay. As you all are following Orden down, you see him step into the water, and everybody sees an explosion of air and water fly up around Orden. And then you just suddenly see him fall from sight. And then an instant later, the trapdoor closes back. So you just see him instantly step there and then fall through a trapdoor, and he has been transported. He has been teleported into another room somewhere else.
Bye, guys.
I think Raging would have reached out to grab him, but not being quick enough, not expecting it, was unable to do that.
Mm-hmm. And Orden, and to your knowledge, you haven't. You don't. The air. Do you have dark vision?
No.
From what you can see, just in a 10-foot radius, you are in a cell.
Can I hear anything?
Nope. Not from where you are.
Okay, I'm just gonna start throwing myself against the door, trying to get out, trying to make some noise.
Are you trying to break it?
I'm trying to break it, but also signal to the party where I am.
Okay, make a strength check. Nah, that's not good enough. But you're making a little bit of noise, but not enough to where they can hear you. Back to the party.
Can my familiar go through that same area and see if it triggers the same trap?
You want it to completely submerge itself underwater?
Yeah, I mean, it's only 3 feet.
Yeah, it would walk on over it. Nothing would happen.
I would.
Would it notice the a pressure plate or trap
You would
door?
notice that there's a trap door, there a pressure plate that has been activated there after investigating it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'd relay that information to Ragin.
Does it see any more under the water?
That's it, Master. That's all we can tell.
Very well. We must try and avoid it. I hope you are right. And Raging is going to set off and swim. And start swimming this way.
He's trying to avoid the the ground.
How deep is this water?
Yeah, I mean he
3 feet.
So just about as tall as your dwarves.
So yeah, well, I can't do what I was gonna do then. I guess we would swim.
Is Syraxis also swimming?
Hey guys, the stream is offline.
Whoop.
I'm still running. May just have crashed.
Oh, shit.
May have just crashed. I'm still running and recording, so proceed. I'll see if I can figure it out.
losing a little bit of frames even on the.
Is it running for you guys?
I closed it a while ago. Let me check. Nope, it is not online.
It's weird. I'm showing in OBS that we're still online. We're definitely recording, but my showing 0 kilobytes per second. So
Do we just call it a night then?
That's probably good because I bet Tyler's dying to go to bed.
Well, Tyler's going to work.
Oh yeah, that too.
He's already at work.
Like I said, I'm
not at work. I'm driving.
I'm still locally recording, so if we wanted to keep
I don't
going,
even know
we
if you
could.
guys
But
yeah.
It's probably a good point. You see Orden get teleported away and he's gone.
yeah, we could end on a literal cliffhanger.
Yep.
I got some editing to do on this VOD.
Miller fell.
All right. Well,
Oh yeah, Dash.
check it again. Make sure it's
You're
see if
gonna
it's
tell us
back
to
up.
see us in another dimension?
See if it's back. If you still have it up.
That was so incredibly kind.
Twitch
You don't
is
have to do
it's
that. Thank
not
you,
showing.
Thank you. One more time, thank you again to Ally.
It says you were live 43 seconds
Yeah, I don't have
ago.
anything either.
Okay, it just my OBS was showing back up. I was going to well, I guess I can do it anyways. Well, we crashed on Twitch, but we do have the VOD. Check it out on YouTube. I don't think the rest of the VOD will post on Twitch, but like I said, I guess you found it on YouTube, so we'll see you guys in another dimension.